Good afternoon, Mr. Fletcher. Class, my name is Keith Ferguson. I would like to start today off by reading you an excerpt, if I could. Without regard for his personal safety, Sergeant First Class Cashe rushed to the back of the vehicle, reaching in to the hot flames and started pulling out his soldiers. The flames gripped his fuel-soaked uniform. Flames quickly spread all over his body. Despite the terrible pain, Sergeant First Class Cashe placed the injured soldier on the ground and returned to the burning vehicle to retrieve another burning soldier. All the while, he was still on fire. Now, when you first hear those words, you're probably like me. I thought they could have been from a book, maybe a movie or a play of some sort. And they definitely could be. They sound like they could be. However, this is the actual account of a U.S. soldier in 2005. And he actually wound up giving his life shortly after that. Now, according to the Washington Post, Cashe, the man that I was talking about, was only 35 years old at the time of his death. He was deployed to Iraq with the 3rd Infantry Division when his vehicle was involved in an IED, an improvised explosive device, that actually wound up catching his Bradley fighting vehicle on fire and turning it over on its side as well. Now, does anyone know exactly who I'm talking about? Yep. That's correct. Alwyn Cashe. Alwyn Cashe was a sergeant first class in the United States Army at the time of his death. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about who Alwyn Cashe was, what he did on October 17th in 2005, and a little bit also about his legacy and the fight that is still ongoing for him to receive the Medal of Honor. So my research for this speech comes from the National Library of Congress, the Washington Post, the Marine Gazette, and also an article from Military Times. The first thing I want to do is take a look at who Cashe was, where he was from, and a little bit about when he started his military career. So Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cashe was a local of Oviedo. That's where he was born, that's where he grew up, and that's where he graduated high school. Now, as soon as he graduated high school, Cashe joined the U.S. Army. Now, Cashe had deployed 2 times before this previously. He had deployed to Iraq before this one time, and he was also a veteran of the Gulf War in Kuwait. Now let's talk about the heroism that he displayed on October 17th, 2005. So while on a routine patrol with his unit, Cashe's Bradley fighting vehicle struck an IED and rolled over and also caught on fire. The IED actually pierced the fuel tank on that vehicle and wound up engulfing many of the individuals inside the vehicle, and also the outside of the vehicle was engulfed in flames. Cashe was the first one to exit the vehicle, and he found a safe place and realized that his uniform was soaked in gasoline. Upon hearing the cries of his brothers that were inside the vehicle, Cashe made the decision to leave his place of safety and run inside that vehicle and grab his fellow soldiers. Now, Cashe did not have to do this. His uniform was soaked with fuel, like I said, and the vehicle on the inside was on fire just like it was on the outside. Cashe wound up saving 4 fellow soldiers and also an interpreter that was riding along with them at the time. He made multiple trips into the Bradley fighting vehicle to get those soldiers one at a time. He suffered both 2nd and 3rd degree burns over 72% of his body. Now, 2nd and 3rd degree burns, I don't know if you know, but 3rd degree burns are burns that char the skin all the way to the bone. So 72% of his body was burnt through the skin, and parts of it was burnt all the way to the bone. He wound up dying a few weeks later, actually, at the hospital. He was evacuated. He was the last one to be evacuated, and he made sure that all of his men were evacuated before he was. The last thing I want to talk about is the award that he received and the fight to actually get him the Medal of Honor. So, not long after his death, Cashe was awarded the Silver Star, which is directly under the Medal of Honor. So there's the Silver Star, and then the next award that you could get would be the Medal of Honor. So the legislature for Cashe to receive the Medal of Honor actually passed in 2020. So they passed it in the House, and they also passed it in the Senate. So the only thing that we were waiting for in 2020 for him to receive the Medal of Honor would be the president to actually sign the Medal of Honor paperwork. That didn't happen. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff going on at the time, and the president at the time, who was President Trump, decided that that wasn't one of the things that was high priority at the time. Cashe, if he receives, or when he receives the Medal of Honor, should I say, will be the first African American to have received that medal in the war in Iraq. So African Americans have received the medal previously, but as far as the war in Iraq, no African Americans have received the Medal of Honor for that war. As of today, this speech that I am giving, Cashe still has not been awarded the Medal of Honor. So like I said, the legislature has passed. We are just waiting on the president, who is President Biden now. It now falls on his shoulders to sign that medal and award that medal to the next of kin of Alwyn Cashe, which would be his wife. So Alwyn Cashe's wife would receive that medal. So I hope that you have learned a little bit about who Alwyn Cashe was today. I hope that I could relay that information to you. I hope that you understand where he's from, where he came from. I hope that you know how heroic he was on October 17th, 2005. And I hope that when he does receive the Medal of Honor, that you'll tune in to CNN or C-SPAN, and you'll watch that, and you'll see how great of a man he was and the legacy that he has left. Thank you for your time today, and that's all that I have.